Man, I'm getting excited. I've been working out, lifting my 10-pound weights, did 10 reps of 10 pounds. That's not a joke. That's how weak I am, but I'm trying. Celebrity grudge match.
It's
Rock
here,
and roll.
It's time.
The Edition.
Yeah.
Stare at me. Stare at our friends. Oh, that was cute. We could have gone there.
We're just like the UFC thing, you know?
Like, golly, Shazam. Like Gomer Pyle style.
That's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm good at pretending to be dead folk.
There you go.
It's my one talent in life. That's why my wife married me. So we were just saying this is fun. We're just having fun here. We were looking at rock stars today and be like, you know what, the rock stars today suck.
Kind of.
Is what we were thinking. There's going to be a caveat. This is going to flip a little bit on our heads a little bit later. Like, you know, they're such wusses. Like the rock stars of the old days were way cooler. Yes, sticking by that. Way tougher. Not necessarily true. Because we're getting the grudge match. We're going to have them battle and see what happens.
Fight to the death.
Yes, to the death. That is the only way it should be. It's like Battle Royale, great Japanese novel, the movie was trash, or The Hunger Games.
A lot like that.
Great books and great movies, I think. It got progressively better as they went.
There you go.
It's one of the few cases of that. Most movies.
I did read all the books.
I did too.
There you go.
It's, actually, my wife read them all to me.
Very cultured.
Isn't that funny? It was so cute.
It's kind of sweet.
I need help. But anyway, so like we were talking, like, yeah, some of our favorite bands. We're like, you know, like we can go back in history, like the Rolling Stones versus the Beatles. Who'd win that?
I don't know.
I think
my gut says the Stones.
The Stones, 100%.
But then I don't know, man.
The only way the Beatles could win is they have those mystical, magical powers from like so much LSD and whatnot. They can maybe transcend to another level.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe George Harrison could know some like.
He might know some
weird, you know?
Taekwondo stuff and Tai Chi.
Yeah.
And can like break you with this your third chakra type stuff.
Like he just hits. He knows the one vibration on his sitar that.
We're just like saying words. But that's not really who we want to get into as much. We'll get into, we got our favorite ones. I'm going to sort of start, let's start at number 5 here.
Number 5.
And then we'll riff a little bit. So, one of our favorite bands, Van Halen.
Van Hagar.
Versus?
Sammy Hagar.
Versus?
David Lee Roth.
That's a fun battle, right?
It's a great battle.
Because like Sammy Hagar is a pretty tough looking dude. We're talking about Sammy Hagar and David Lee Roth in their prime.
You got to ask the question, does David Lee Roth have it like a stick to twirl?
I don't think he needs a stick. I'm going with David Lee Roth 100% because he can kick really high and stretch his legs.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I
feel like Sammy's scrappy.
I agree. Sammy will get you down and he'll bite you.
Yeah.
And I feel like he might know how to get you once you get, his ground game might be good.
You know the scene in Indiana Jones where like the dude twirls all the stuff and then he just pulls out his gun and shoots him?
Yes.
I feel like that might...
Caveat with this, that guns are not allowed because otherwise like there'd be certain music genres that would just like wipe out rock and roll entirely.
That's true.
So no guns.
So I'm not saying, you know, that obviously is not the case. I just feel like it might be that sort of vibe. I just feel like maybe David Lee Roth is all show. I just feel like Sammy would...
mean, maybe, but his show is so good.
Red Rock, it is.
So we're going to have a draw on that one. We don't know.
All right.
Let's jump into... This is my favorite one in some ways. Okay, we're going to do one of the greatest rock bands in the history of the world.
Greta Van Fleet. Sorry.
Yeah, how you mess up my thunder here? Okay, fine. Greta Van Fleet versus one of the greatest rock bands in the world. Led Zeppelin.
They were.
Led Zeppelin.
That's what you're talking about.
No, they're a great band. Yeah. But Led Zeppelin is, I mean, you can put Led Zeppelin in the pantheon of like, maybe the top 3.
Yes.
I mean, like you really have to be like, you know, Led Zeppelin, Beatles, and Rolling Stones. Like
I mean, they live in their own.
They live in that little.
There,
yeah, it's not even. They're not even in the ranking.
No.
Because we were talking about like we've talked about which bands have the most money and stuff. That doesn't even matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Those are the greatest. Period.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this would be an interesting battle actually because let's not talk about the drummers yet. Let's talk about Jimmy Page at his prime. He's a little man.
I wanted to think that Led Zeppelin was way tougher, and then I'm like, oh, they're really thin.
No, Robert Plant was kind of like skinny, and like he wore like
the blouse,
something my sister used to wear. You know, like
just open.
Like it's very like, and John Paul Jones is like the guy that like works at the library. That I love John Paul Jones so much.
Right.
I don't know all the names to the Greta Van Fleet guys.
No, I don't either.
But I've seen them all. They're sort of like interchangeable Led Zeppelin-esque sort of Who period characters.
No disrespect to either side, but I feel like so far
It's sort of
like a pile of wet noodles.
It's a pile of wet noodles, like really pretty man boys, like just like, fight. Oh God, it hurts. Like, and like right there, I think it's But then you add the drummer,
John Bonham.
John Bonham will be.
He kills everyone.
He rips their heads off, drinks their blood, and says, "Can I have more, please?"
Maybe he even gets going and he kills Page and Plant too.
He kills his own band,
sure
I think.
Kills
he is Grendel.
Because he's
like,
amazing.
In the Beowulf story. I feel like or like that famous Rembrandt picture, I believe, of like when like the monster's like drinking the blood of like a body. Yeah. I think it was Rembrandt. I think it is.
I feel like that's true.
It's like white people. I don't like Rembrandt. He's kind of scary. I'm like, have you seen Van Gogh? It's not just Starry Night. That guy's crazy.
Pretty crazy.
But no, it's I've always liked Rembrandt.
There you go.
Spoiler, actually likes Rembrandt. But it's I think John Bonham.
He's the wild card.
He finishes it all.
Now
I'm going to jump not one on our list, a bonus one right now before we get into number 3. So bonus before 4 and 3 is like we got to say a little punk right here. So I'm going to go back to old school to the Ramones versus the Sex Pistols.
The Ramones.
100%. Not even a fight.
Not even close.
Not even a fight. Because the Sex Pistols would just Johnny Rotten acts tough.
Yeah.
Like, their guitar player is pretty freaking tough, actually. The Sex Pistols guitar player could take out a few of the Ramones.
Maybe, but the Ramones still, I think they come out on top.
Just back to the history of the Ramones. Sid Vicious is like cutting himself to look kind of cooler and stuff. Like, whereas Iggy Pop's like rolling in glass. But the Ramones, like the first show, and I heard this from Richard Lloyd. He's like, I went to see this show, this band. Hadn't heard them, but I knew they'd be famous the minute I saw them because within the first song, within a minute, the lead singer grabbed the guitar and punched the lead guitar player in the face. And he's like, and later I found out this was the Ramones.
Yes.
And I was like, that is amazing. It's like that's real punk. It's not faux punk. And I love the Sex Pistols too. But I think
the Ramones win though
because the Ramones. They wear more leather.
I'm with you. It's true.
I think
they're ready. They're ready for the fight.
I love the Sex Pistols too. It's tough. Okay, let's jump on to number. This one's sort of against you, I guess, a little bit. We could throw in another one in the mix here too.
Okay.
Okay, so 3. Who you got?
We got Skinnerd versus the Allman Brothers.
And as a wild card, let's throw in the Black Crowes.
Skinnerd murders everyone.
Yeah. I think Skinner does murder everybody. I don't know, dude. Butch Trucks is pretty big.
Yeah.
Dude, like the drumming collaboration of the Allman Brothers might give them an edge up.
I'm not saying it wouldn't be a close fight. I'm just saying I feel like Skinner, those guys.
I feel like those guys were scrappy as
just
all
crazy,
hell.
Man. Yeah, I feel like Allman's have a little bit of like, peace and love, and Skinner's like, no, we will destroy you. Yes.
I think there's something about that. The Black Crowes it would just be sort of a sideshow to that.
They'd be like kind of dancing, it'd be cool, but then it
bam! Dead. Oh my God! Why are they all dead?
Yeah,
it's so bad.
They're not. Yeah.
No, so we're getting progressively tougher in some ways as we go up the chain here. So
we should have done like brackets,
We should have done brackets. That's cool, but we didn't.
Missed opportunity.
We spent too much time prepping that Kanye video.
Yeah, that's right.
That was a lot of work. A lot of work for us lazy people. Number 2. This is kind of a fun one. Everyone's favorite band, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Everyone loves Red Hot Chili Peppers. Now we're bringing a very modern one just to kind of upset some people a bit. The Imagine Dragons. Now everything. Oh, Imagine Dragons, a bunch of wussies, right, or something.
But
have you seen that lead singer?
Pretty ripped.
That dude is a
up.
machine. Like I don't know his fighting abilities. I think he's probably pretty good at some jiu-jitsu and
he might be.
And so a little bit of combat, little ground game. He's definitely got it. I think the drummer's got some fighting abilities too. The guitar player and the bass player doesn't seem like an issue.
I'm gonna give him that. Maybe some training.
So lead singer, you got some guns in there. I respect that, and I actually really like your music too. I'm sorry. I think they write great songs. It's like for that pop sort of rock stuff. They got something.
We're talking in their prime, right? We're talking like Red Hot Chili Peppers peak.
Oh, we're jumping to Red Hot Chili Peppers now. I was talking about Imagine Dragons that whole time.
Yeah, no, but that's our verses, right?
Oh yeah, not Red Hot Pepper Chilies now.
Sorry, I jumped the gun there. The gun.
Yeah,
that's
let's do like Red Hot Chili Peppers in like the 90s.
Okay.
So like when they've had Blood Sex, and everything come out. And now they got Anthony's like that's an in shape dude too. Like I'm gonna put him and like Imagine Dragons sort of in a similar quality. You got Flea, who is also a pretty. That's sort of the drummers for Imagine Dragon now. But then you got Will. Will's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
But
I feel like those guys just don't care, man.
But then you got the wild card of John Frusciante.
He would just be like,
I think you give him enough, get him juiced up enough, game over.
Done.
He's ripping arms off.
Feel nothing.
I think you put him and John Baum together.
They'd kill everyone.
They kill everyone in this entire match.
Kill everyone.
It's just like you give John Baum like just unlimited pints of his favorite lager. That's
all it would take.
You give unlimited pints of John's favorite substance.
Things.
They wipe everyone out in this match so far.
Yeah, it's true. They're
pretty darn tough.
Yeah.
It's what do you think?
I think that's exactly how this would go. Like you ever seen that video? I don't know if you're into the whole the MMA stuff, but you ever seen that video where the guy's got the dude, the little red like Speedo thing in the armbar, and they want him to tap, and he's like, "I will not tap," and then they just breaks his arm.
No,
because he won't tap out. I feel like that's John Frusciante. But then he just gets up because he doesn't care and kills everyone.
And he might not actually be alive or dead. He's just like in an altered state of just Frusciantiness. God bless that man. Okay, so let's get on to
there you go.
Our number one. So we think this would actually be the coolest fight to watch.
I would like to watch this.
And I think one of the toughest bands maybe out there. I'm gonna go with Black Flag.
Yes.
Versus Pantera. Whew. You know, so I think like this. So if you're like into like hardcore early punk, like of that sort of South California thing, and you into some proper early metal, these guys can fight.
I feel like they would fight.
And Henry Rollins don't give a dang.
Henry Rollins versus Dimebag.
Yeah, I mean,
what a show.
I mean, it's like they're both at their primes. Like, and I'm going to say this about Henry Rollins: there is no end to his prime. He's in his prime now.
I was going to say right now. He is in his prime. We have witnessed it for decades.
And then the Pantera, just like their whole band is just badass. Like so we know Black Flag, and you're like Henry Rollins, like, but like everyone in Pantera is just like it's
cowboys from hell. That's all we're gonna say. They're cowboys from hell. They are.
Like
autobiography.
And there's all sorts of bonuses. Like we were talking about like Zakk Wylde and stuff. He could like rip everyone's heads off too.
He'd be a good one. Who would he fight? Who would Zakk?
Randy Rhoads.
Oh,
Zack's gonna kill him. Zakk will kill him.
Yeah.
It's like Rob Zombie. He's gonna kill a lot of people too.
Yeah.
It's like and like could John 5 kill people with his magical powers? Yes. With his muscles, I don't know.
Not with his muscles, maybe.
It's Maroon 5 destroyed by everybody. I think, right?
Probably.
It's John Mayer could beat everyone with his smoothness.
I think I could throw Jack White in the mix there.
Well, Jack White destroys everyone.
I feel like he could shake it up, man.
Jack White, like Jack White's my man in a fight.
He could shake it up.
He's actually done it too. He'll fight. And I look at him like Henry Rollins in the strength. He's still at his prime. And now back to the Rollins collaboration versus the Dimebag.
Versus the old
world. That's a tough one. Who you gonna go with?
I don't know, man. I think I lean Black Flag. I know it's controversial.
I was hoping you wouldn't.
I just think I know because you're probably leaning that way too.
I am, but I'm going there for a different reason, maybe.
Okay, let's hear your reasoning.
Because they are the only one that has a member of the band that is starred with both Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in one of the greatest movies ever made by Michael Mann.
Well, there you go.
You know which movie I'm talking about?
Not really.
Heat.
Heat. There you go.
You remember Heat?
I mean, I do.
Oh my God, I've watched the movie like 20 times at least. It's got the greatest bank robbery scene ever. Henry Rollins is in it as a security guard, and he plays that like a security guard for like this bad guy.
Yeah.
It's like he's like his private security, and he plays the part to the T. It's great. You've got the guy from El Machete is in it later too, like Trujo,
nice.
Daniel Trujo. The movie's phenomenal. It's Michael Mann's like masterpiece of tension, and it's the only time you get Robert De Niro and Al Pacino together.
Okay, I'm going to have to watch that.
It's unbelievable, and Val Kilmer's in it, and like it's just
sounds good.
And the bank robbery scene, like towards the main scene in the middle / close to the end, is one of still the best. It's the best. It hasn't been beaten since. It's like the audio engineering of it, just the sound of these high-powered rifles being shot in a downtown LA street, like going off, echoing off, and like watching Tom Sizemore and everybody frantically trying to escape when things go awry. But watching, I mean, every other movie still takes notes to that and tries to. They can't, unless Michael Mann's doing it.
All right.
The final gunfight. Oh my God, the tension. Robert De Niro's like tenacity, and then Henry Rollins. He's just like, he owns his part. He's just great at it. It's just a great movie. Anyway, I just think he's been with the masters.
That's why it's just hard for me, as badass as Pantera is. It's just hard for me to imagine them overcoming Henry Rollins in like berserker mode.
Well, yeah, he is. He's a Viking berserker.
He's like berserker. Yeah,
and
it's just
and just like in the whole Black Flag thing, like when that scene like erupted, like everyone from Rick Rubin to Jay-Z, everyone's like going, "What is this? What is this scene? Like it's a new thing happening." Back when scenes were a thing.
Yeah.
That's a whole other video we're going to talk about.
Whole another video.
Scene, it's a sad state for all those internet kids that don't get to understand the scenes.
No scene.
You missed it.
Sorry.
You missed them, but maybe there's another one. It's on the internet.
Could be.
I guess we're missing that one.
Probably.
But it sure isn't as fun as getting somebody spitting in your face and maybe punching you in the gut, and then they're like, "Hey, let's make some music together right now,
Yes.
bro." And then you do it, and you're bleeding, and you make the best music ever, and then you go vomit your guts out. That's a scene. That's all I got for now on the death match. But we want to hear your thoughts. If you think we're crazy, which we're not, because these are awesome death matches, but there's a lot of other ones.
They would be great. Yeah, tell us ones we missed. Tell us if we're wrong about our top picks.
Who do you want to see fight? It's fun, right?
It's pretty fun.
It's fun. Like, remember that show? It was a great show. Celebrity Deathmatch.
I think you and Sean should have a celebrity grudge.
Like Fred Durst versus who,
Who?
There's all sorts of fun stuff.
Fred and Brittany.
Or even like, we were like saying like Milli Vanilli versus Right Said Fred. There's all sorts of fun stuff you can do. Or
There you go.
Or what was it? I just went blank. Not Tim Burton, but Robert Smith versus I just went blank again. This charming llama. The Smiths. Yeah, that lead singer. I just went blank. How did I not know his name? I love him, but I like Robert Smith more. It's gonna kill me. I'll remember right when we stop rolling. Anyway, thoughts.
Tell us in the comments. Hit like and subscribe. Click the bell if you have not already, so you don't miss stuff in the future. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out.